Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Yo guys, what's going on? T-Money back here again for another video this week. This time I figured I'd do something a little bit different. Today, what I'm looking to do for you guys is I wanted to put up a team building video because sometimes I throw teams together just because, you know, it's fun to like just run in there with random Pokemon. That's why I like random battles so much. You know, it's just not, sometimes it's not serious. But sometimes you gotta get serious about Pokemon. If you want to compete, you gotta be there. You gotta want to be there. So I'm opening up something new, which I'm gonna call T-Money's Team Building Tips, which is TTT. If you take out the building, you know. So then it'll be TTBT, I think, for sure. But we don't need shortener right now. So, without further ado, or is that a sentence? I don't know. I don't words well. We're gonna go right into it and see what I got here for you today. I made this team with something in mind. I'm gonna walk you through my process as I go here. Right now, what I wanted to do when I set out to make this team was to build it around Mega Swampert. Now, I've never used a Mega Swampert before. I like how it looks. I like design. It looks cool. So I'm like, you know what? Let me try it out. With that in mind, you want to take advantage of Mega Swampert's ability of Swift Swim. Regular Swampert runs with Torrent, so when you go into the match, you're gonna have Torrent. You're not gonna be. I think you're quite a little bit slower. Yeah. You might be a little bit slower. You have lower attacks, so that first turn you're going to want to make sure that you're getting ready to be hit by something, because Mega Swampert on its own is not very fast. That's where its ability Swift Swim comes in, which makes it faster in the rain, of course. Now, with that in mind, I made its moveset around the rain. First, Rain Dance. It's the only dancer on my team, first and foremost. That's like the only thing. I'll get into why that is later, but Rain Dance's first move to double its speed, make it a Pokemon to be contended with, because when this thing gets up there, it is powerful. Earthquake, Waterfall, Ice Punch, nothing new here. You know, real, like, run-of-the-mill moveset. But its attack stat is 150, HP 100, and speed 70. When that's doubled, it gets crazy. Now, I went with an Adamant Nature here for a little bit more power. You can go with something jolly, but I really wouldn't recommend it. With this one, you want to focus on power, leave the speed to the Swift Swim. Moving on from Mega Swampert. Oh, and I named him Gaines, the Mega Swampert. Next, we have Big Boom, the Noivern. Now, Noivern's not something I see a whole lot of, so I was like, you know, let me give him a try. I haven't tried him out too much. Let's see what we got here. I made him timid to capitalize on his speed. Threw on the choice specs because Noivern's not the strongest Pokemon out there. Attack stat of 97. Nothing to write home about, be excited about, but it does do the job, especially when you equip with the choice specs. Moveset Hurricane, Draco Meteor, Focus Blast, U-Turn. Now, a lot of the regular sets run Flamethrower. I'm not running that because we have the rain, so ideally we get the rain up when Noivern's out, just because, like, maybe Swampert couldn't be out there. Maybe because we want Hurricane to hit 100% of the time. Focus Blast in case something comes in to take that Hurricane. Like we know that something's gonna come in Steel type to take that Hurricane. Well, Focus Blast does that job instead of Flamethrower. IVs, special attack, speed, pretty standard. Like I said, timid. Infiltrator's the ability, so subs doing nada. Yeah, moving on. We got Royals here. Our Empoleon. Now, Royals is kind of a weird set. I don't know if I've seen this one before. I kind of just made it up. It's nothing real original, but Defog, Scald, Toxic, Substitute. Now, I run this thing kind of like I run my Prinplup when I play PU sometimes. And the reason is because, like, when he comes out, he's an offensive threat, because he's got that base 111 attack stat, and especially if it's raining, he's still going to do a little bit of damage with the Scald, and people are going to, like, see him and it's like, ah, man, I got to switch out, or maybe whatever, and that's when I want to catch him with the Toxic, or I want to put up my sub, and I want to just sit behind that, and I just want to let it sink in, just let it all sink in. One downside of this is Empoleon does not have a reliable recovery, so I'll put the leftovers on him just to get a little bit back every turn, but ideally all he's going to take is special hits, and Royals is not going to take those lying down. He's got a 101 special defense stat, nothing too shabby. Calm nature just to bring up special defense, bring down the attack, nothing crazy. Torrent's the ability because Defiance really not going to do much for us, so why not have the extra skull damage if just for saying it happens? Probably not, ever. Next, we have Spin Me the Fortress. Now, Fortress is a pretty common Pokemon in UU, as I see here. And again, my moveset, nothing crazy out of the box. Nothing crazy out of the box. Thinking outside the box. I can't talk. I can't words. Rapid Spin, Gyro Ball, Stealth Rock, Pain Split. Rapid Spin, obviously, he's our spinner on the team. Got to get rid of those rocks, just in case something comes in. We can't take the damage over and over again. Big Boom would not appreciate it. Gyro Ball. I've had multiple occasions where people try to set up on the fortress. They're like, oh, perfect, this fortress can't damage me, and then they Dragon Dance or something. Gyro Ball does the job, breaking them down, and it gives me something in terms of attack stat. You know, nothing crazy, nothing crazy. Stealth Rock, very obvious reasons. You know, I want to have the option to set up something, some kind of entry hazard to really like force them. Alright, you gotta think, do I want to switch here? Like Darmanitan U-turning constantly. If you can get Stealth Rocks up, that is a huge boon to you, because you don't have to worry about that thing coming in too many times. It's only going to be able to, I think, jump out 3 times before it'll die from Stealth Rock damage. Yeah, if they're up all 3 times. And Pain Split, I don't think Pain Split is a normal thing to run on here. A lot of times I would see Volt Switch in this spot. The reason I went with Pain Split is just because, like, maybe I'm expecting to go down. Like, they see Fortress, they're like, I'm not gonna do this. They jump out, I got Sturdy, I take a Flamethrower from something, maybe I make a Houndoom, something. Pain Split, get half that damage back, and then Fortress might go down, might want to save him, but he's there. He'll be there, Pain Splitting away. Got the Leftovers just because, you know, Leftovers, little extra health couldn't hurt, especially if you get back up to your Sturdy just from not taking entry hazard damage, you know. Raised defense, raised HP. He is our physical wall, whereas Royals is our special wall. He is the counter to that. That's my core right there. Alright, next we got Maple. This is the Trevenant. Run pretty standard on this one. Harvest Citrus Berry. Harvest Citrus Berry is honestly so much fun to run. You get knocked down to yellow, you get knocked right back up. I've been knocked into red. Take a Citrus, you get 30 health back. Then Harvest hits again, get another 30 health back. It's a crazy, crazy set that I love running. Hornleech. Obviously get even more health back if you're, and it works really well on the bulky water types in this tier. Will-O-Wisp, just for a little residual damage. I'm actually thinking about switching it with Toxic, just because, like, a lot of the big physical threats, like I see, is like Darmanitan or Infernape, so they're fire. They're not going to take that anyway. But Will-O-Wisp, that'll knock down a lot of physical threats other than those. But Toxic is good to have just in case. Leech Seed, get a little bit more residual damage back. That really helps on those bulky water types, because sometimes Trevenant's not going to be able to do the job on his own. He needs a little help. And that Leech Seed pulls it back. Also forces a switch on something, like just in case it's like, oh, I think they're going to switch out. Not sure. What am I going to make a safe play? Leech Seed. Poison Jab for the grass types. This is especially really for Roserade, to inflict a little neutral damage just so it can punish the switch, because then really I can switch out to other stuff that I'm not really too worried about Roserade taking up, and especially for Sceptile, Mega Sceptile. That Poison Jab, if they try to bring something in on this, like they're like, oh, Leech Seed, Horn Leech, I know this set, Poison Jab hits them hard. Now I ran an attack stat, Adamant Nature, HP, just because I want to be able to take a few more hits. It's not going to hurt me here. Actually, I want to just boop, make it. There we go. Yeah, you always want to make it a odd value just so you won't get knocked out by Stealth Rock. On that off chance you do. And finally, we have Captain Shanks, the Toxicroak. Now, ran in with Life Orb, Dry Skin. Dry Skin was the obvious choice because I'm running Rain, so he gets a little bit back from the Rain, I believe. Not to mention he can absorb water hits, so just in case there's something like, oh, there, I got the Rain up. That's great. The other person is a Suicune. Guess what? You're not hit me with Scalds. You're not going to hit me with a Scald from my low tick. Whatever. I'm going to take you down with Captain Shanks. Captain Shanks takes no prisoners. Captain Shanks runs an awesome moveset too. Two dark moves here. A little weird. Knockoff and Sucker Punch. You don't really need both, but I don't have a knockoffer on this team, and I really wanted one. Because I've been in too many situations where it's like this Pokemon's just getting way too much health back. Way too much health back. And I need to get rid of those leftovers, or I need to get rid of a Rocky Helmet because I need to just keep hammering it. And Knockoff does the job. Sucker Punch because I have no priority on this team otherwise, so I needed something that's gonna be able to do the job, and Sucker Punch is super strong anyway. Really great move. Drain Punch, stab move, gets health back. We got Life Orb, do the math. Very good. Gunk Shot. Really good poison move, very powerful. A little bit less accurate than Poison Jab, but I'd rather have the power, to be perfectly honest. Ran it with attack and speed all the way up, and running a Jolly Nature just for a little bit extra on the speed here, because he is a little bit slower with the base speed set of only 85. So that really kind of helps out a little bit more. But we're really looking to switch him in on water types. Take those Scalds, eat them up. Now, I just want to talk about, before I end this, I just want to talk about like how I built my team. Like I said, I started with gains. What do I want to build? And then what I like to do is I like to, what's obvious? What's the obvious theme of this team? If it's gains, it's going to be Rain. So Captain Shanks is actually the next thing I put on my team. I didn't know what kind of moveset I wanted on Shanks till the end. I kind of just left him there. Then I put in Big Boom because I wanted something special, just to, like, you know, even it up, because I had gains to his physical, and Big Boom could be special here. And then I went to, like, well, I need a wall. So Royals was my special, my go-to special, as opposed to going to, like, something like Blissey or Milotic, which are granted a little bit more consistent walls, but I wanted something that could not get affected by toxic. You know, like, while this doesn't have recover, it also can't get toxic. The only thing it can really get is burned or paralyzed, but no toxic on this thing. Next I put in Fortress or Spin Me because, you know, it's a solid physical wall. There's really nothing more to it than that. I just really just wanted something that's gonna, I can't think of another word better than wall. Wall everything physical. The only thing you can't wall is fire, and I got plenty of, like, coverage for that. Royals does that. Gains does that. I wasn't worried about fire. Now I went to Maple because I wanted something, because there are so many bulky water types. I wanted something to hit them hard, and while Maple is not the strongest, it does have a couple tricks up its sleeves with the Willow and the Leech Seed. Plus it has a lot of options with different tech moves it can grab, like Poison Jab. I chose for other grass types like Shaman, Sceptile, and so on, Roserade. So that's why I chose Maple, and then I put a moveset on Captain Shanks. And I really think that that's like the secret to how I build teams right now, is I put on a Pokemon that is an all-rounder. Like, you can run Captain Shanks as anything. You can run him as a nasty plotter. You can run him as some kind, like a physical set like this. You can run him as a priority set. It really depends on what you want to do with him. Granted, like, I chose like a pretty standard, I feel like, physical set, but that's because that's what the team called for. Like, I have Big Boom as my special, and like, I just wanted another physical because I wanted that knockoff on here as opposed to something else. Now I could run that on a special set and then just work around that, but that's really how I built this team. So if you guys have any comments, questions, any kind of anything you want to talk to me about, tell me in the comment section below. Tell me how you liked the video. Please leave a thumb somewhere, you know, like, let people know that I'm here, that I'm talking into microphones, and I'm talking to you, and you know, whatnot. Until next time, guys, I'm going to show you, next up is going to be a battle for this team in my next video, and you're going to see how it works against other teams, and we'll take it from there. But until then, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.